Well, with that, we are back, and now we're going to be talking about the 30 scholarships awarded from the Miss Charity. Now is the time when we're going to be introducing our two very young guests, let's say, Mr. Nawaf Al-Khaldi, who is going to be very soon a student at Harvard University, inshallah. And of course, as Mr. Khalid Al-Khani, he is also one of the nominated students to be going to Harvard University. First of all, congratulations, you young man.
Thank you.
That truly is something amazing that you have achieved in your life, and we wish you all the very best when you get to Harvard.
Thank you.
Okay, now with this, let us start with you, Nawaf. Tell us about your experience at Harvard University. What was it like? Because that is probably the one university that most of the students have dreamt of going, and you are going, you have been a part of it, and you're going there again.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to start with thanking Prince Mohammed bin Salman for giving us the chance with MISC charity. They gave us the chance that no one can get. It was a dream come true. It's a unique program, and it was something that I could dream of, and it was a dream come true thanks to him. When I first heard of it, I thought, I'm not going to go because I'm not qualified enough, because it's Harvard. Everybody thinks Harvard.
Nobody's qualified for
exactly.
Harvard.
And when I went there, I realized I can do this. And I did. I graduated this summer, and I have a 30% acceptance rate now, since I already studied there summer.
Wow.
So when I apply for colleges at Harvard, I have a 30% acceptance rate. The usual acceptance rate is 2%.
I think it's less than 2% now.
Most probably.
So you can imagine, it's like the difference between 2% and 30%.
Yes.
2% is like, you're like, yay. Well, 30% you're like, yes.
Yes, exactly.
That's how it is. Well, for you, Khalid, how was your reaction when you heard your name as one in the nomination to Harvard? Because for me, if I hear my nomination for something, I get excited. But can you imagine your reaction when they said to Harvard?
Yeah, well, actually, it was like an amazing news I got. I think I spent like 1 week every day I just thinking of Harvard, seeing videos, what is it going to be like, what courses I want to take over there. And I think for 2 weeks straight, all I said was the word Harvard.
Harvard. Yeah. So you probably were sleeping as a Harvard. So something you should definitely both be very proud of.
Yes, I am.
I know, we are extremely proud of you as well. Now, if we can move back to it, Nawaf, this is interesting, ladies and gentlemen. We are juggling between two potential candidates for Harvard. Hopefully that both of you make it in. Now, Nawaf, let's talk more about, we all have aims and aspirations in life. We all dream big. Now, Harvard is probably the biggest when it comes to universities. Now, what college are you aiming for when you finally, are packing your bags to get away? What is going to be your specialty? Where is it that you want to put your mark?
Before I went to Harvard, I had a vision that I would study abroad. And when I went to Harvard, I realized how amazing it is. And I want to complete studying. So I decided when I come back, I'm going to make a plan for ahead. So I'm going to apply starting with Harvard. I hope so.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. And if not, I'm going to go lower standards.
Okay, lower standards.
Which is more like private schools.
Yeah.
Yes, but because Harvard is a very, very high rated
Ivy League.
It's Ivy League.
Exactly. And if I did get to Harvard, it would be an honor. And the name is enough, a Harvard grad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You do not need to say what specialty you are. You just graduated from Harvard. It does not matter whether it was arts or whatever, but where do your loyalties lie when it comes to the world of education, other than Harvard? What is it that you would like to study?
Your specialty, what you would like to focus?
Well, at the beginning, I couldn't decide between architect and project management. And when I went to Harvard, I took courses in both architect and project management. And when you go to Harvard and this scholarship, you get to study the actual subject. You don't get to study how you prepare for it. You get what I mean? You actually study what it is. So when I saw what it is to get to the real world, I decided to get to project management because I felt more alike to it. Yes. And I felt relieved. I can do this. I can make something out of me in it.
That's amazing, mashallah. It's great to find your forte, and I hope that everybody who's watching us has done that once upon a time, or they, they're willing to do that.
Indeed, and for you, Nawaf, I'm sorry, for Khalid, you're excited because it's the first time experience to go in Harvard. For Nawaf, he's been there, so he knows the expectations and everything. For you, what are your expectations for Harvard? Because I feel like when you hear the name Harvard, you think it's got a big school. You're worried that you're not going to do great, but for you just to be considered, that means you're more than qualified. What are your expectations for it?
Well, actually, for me, the scholarship to Harvard is basically a test to see where I stand in this world. Usually when we are tested at school, we're tested between the 20 people in our class. I'm going to Harvard, I'm going to the Champions League, I'm going to the place where the best
of the world
is over there. So I'm going there. This is what I want. I want to see how do I stand as a college student comparing to the rest of the world, not just to me or to my school or to my friends and family, to the entire educational field.
But for you, I'm sure that Khalid, they ever said it's like, I'm sure you're very nervous now. And for you, Nawaf, you were nervous going there.
Yes.
But you ever heard the expression, it's like, there's a lot of people worry about the unexpected. So a lot of times when you have high expectations, but then when you realize, you kind of doubt yourself, thinking, I don't think I have the capability, I don't have the capability. But you realize, Nawaf, quickly, it's like, no, I'm fine. I just have to study hard, focus, and do what I want. I think the same will apply to you, Khalid. I'm sure you have that thinking in the back of your head, thinking like, I'm not sure if I'm up to this. But since you already got your foot in there, that means you're already qualified. So you just gotta prove more and more to say it's like, I deserve to stay inside.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes, indeed.
I'd like to say something.
Go ahead.
Before I went to Harvard, when I got nominated, I was expecting that I can't make it because it's going to be tough, and I'm still at high school, and I'm going to study college material. When I went there, all I had to do was study hard and focus and pretend it's a high school subject, but in a higher level. And I did good. I passed with a good grade.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
So wow, to be studying at Harvard University for the first time, a high school student did well. Well, are we comparing you to a Saudi Albert Einstein now? But Nawaf, I believe, it's very important that you have that positive attitude that you are filled with, mashallah, which is something very important because whenever you are crossing onto a new endeavor, it's very important that, you have your spirits high and you do not get too intimidated by your surroundings. So you have done that. You've been there and you've done that. So now when you graduate from high school, Nawaf has his eyes set on Harvard, of course. But let's say, because I believe in, having a plan B as well.
Yes.
God forbid, something happens or the other. What is Nawaf planning for if Harvard does not happen?
I do have a plan B.
You do?
Yes.
For a high school student, you've done so much in your life.
Well, it's all thanks to Miss Charity. This trip changed me a lot. After the trip, I had a plan. A lot changed in my life. I grew, I'm mature. That's what I feel.
So something, it's like a good experience, especially for you, Khalid. I'm sure when you go there, your mindset will become different. Like you will be able to view the world as like a new light on it. But for you, Khalid, what is your plan? What do you have in mind regarding studying in Harvard? What do you feel like you have a specific idea? What kind of specialty you want to focus on?
Well, actually, at Harvard, you're talking about Harvard. What I'll do? Yeah. I'm going to choose courses that have to do with the things that I'm 50% want to be a doctor and 50% want to be a finance or businessman. So I'm going there and I'm going to take 2 courses that are relatable to both subjects. And I think after the trip, maybe I'll have a better view of what I want to do after high school.
Indeed, this is a good plan because I feel like many of the people that go to college, they're not really sure. They just think, they just say whatever courses I apply first, I think I'll get into. But you have an actual plan. You actually have an idea between two specialty, and you said I will kind of diverse myself to 2 different subjects and then see which one I feel more at home. I'm sure this is the first issue that you had, Nawaf, when you were going there.
Well, yes. I did have an issue. I didn't know what to do before, and then when I came back, I did plan A and plan B, which is a good...
Which is as good as it gets.
Yes, exactly.
So, Nawaf, what's your feedback or you say your experience or recommendation you would like to give Khalid regarding this?
Well, first of all, you can still have fun, even though it's Harvard.
Okay.
You still have
We clarified
time
that
for
one for everyone.
yourself. But to the real world, though, study. Because a lot of people, Saudi people who go abroad to study and come back with no feedback to the country. Let's say Miss Charity sends out students to give feedback to the country.
Yes, indeed.
And that's why we should study what we feel like we can do better in. We should study what we can build upon and make something out of ourselves.
Indeed. So for you, Khalid, we have high expectation for you, especially coming back from the summer, and we're definitely going to be so excited to have you again here to tell us about your feedback. Because I feel like once you experience it, you come back, it'll be something that's quite amazing. So we'll take the opportunity right now for Mr. Nawaf and Khalid. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Any last words or advice you'd like to give to your friends, family, anyone, or even your mother?
Well, I would like to thank my parents first for their amazing support. They were there from the beginning and they helped me get through it, even though I was so homesick. I was still a high school student who went with a bunch of friends, and I was homesick to the max, and they stood by me, and they supported me all the way.
MashaAllah.
And for you, Khalid, any feedback or any last words?
I just like to thank Prince Mohammed bin Salman and my school for choosing me to this this amazing program, and my parents for their support throughout the entire process.
Indeed, it's an absolute pleasure having you two here on the show, and hopefully we get to have you back again to kind of get any new details, new updates about it. And for our dear viewers, that was Mr. Nawaf Al-Khaldi, a student at Harvard University, and Mr. Khalid Al-Khani, one of the nominated students at Harvard University. And today's topic was about Harvard University offered 36 semester for Riyadh School, something that's quite amazing. And I'm so proud of everyone that really kind of pushed for the students to have a higher education, good opportunity to come back and represent the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So definitely thank you so much for joining us today, and we definitely expect you to come back on the show with any latest updates.
Thank you.
Indeed. And again, the viewers, education is something that's very important, so we always have to take advantage of the opportunities given to us and kind of not to let anyone down. We want to make sure that we're able to accept the opportunity and kind of to prove to ourselves and others that we have the opportunity to kind of come back to the kingdom to kind of showcase what we learned overseas. At the moment, we're taking a short break, and we join right after this. Stay tuned.